This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Drip G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. And you can check out me, Uncle Geeb, at twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb or at twitch.tv/DripMedia. Drip, how are you doing this week?
Fantastic. I'm quite tired. I'm not going to lie. I'm quite tired. There's been a lot of snow. I don't know why I shouldn't be that tired. I slept in today a little bit. I went to bed late, which is not new, but I don't know. It's a weird evening. I'm feeling a little weird. We gotta keep the hype going here. Keep me awake.
Hype! Keep you awake. Yeah. Everyone in the chat, keep you awake. In the YouTube comments and in the Apple Podcast reviews, keep Drip awake. It makes sense, right? Yeah. Go for it.
I'm really excited about the beer of the week. I know we'll get to that, but I am extremely excited about it tonight.
I'm extremely excited about the name of my beer, and the taste of my beer is less than desirable. All I gotta say is I hope Joe is in the chat. And if Joe is not in this chat, somebody message Joe and tell him to come right here.
No
right now.
Way.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
You don't.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my God.
I'm not, trust me, if it was that cool, I would have already told you. It's not that cool, but it is cool.
Okay, I thought it was like the thing.
Not to bring it down or anything, but.
Boo, it's lame. Podcast over.
No, it'd be cool. Yeah, man, so how's your week been?
It's been cool. It's been, like I said, we've got a lot of snow here. And it's doing all this weird stuff where it's like, it'll snow, and then we got a bunch of snow. And then, like a day later, it just starts raining and all the snow goes away, but then it gets cold again. So everything freezes and then it snows again. And that's happened like 3 times. It's happening again right now.
That's a problem.
It didn't rain between these 2 times though, but it's snowing again outside right now.
I hate when that happens where it snows, then it gets warm enough where the snow melts, and then it creates ice, and then it snows on top of that ice. Repeat that cycle a couple of times, and now you got like thick ice and then snow on top.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, don't gotta worry about that in Chicago. Don't gotta worry about that in my neck of the woods because it's just been 5 degrees this whole time, and like there's just snow everywhere and it hasn't melted. There's no ice not much ice, I should say, because it's all just snow and blocks of ice where the snow used to be. It's still it looks like water. Snow.
It's all just stays frozen.
Yeah, it looks like snow. But it's ice because it's just like it's just frozen solid snow.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
no
fun.
No, it's not great. I had to put air. Actually, last week I talked about that, and this week I finally put air in my tires. Even though last week's podcast I said how they were low. I went the whole week with low air pressure. I was like, today's the day. Put air in my tires. So, but it was like 5 degrees out, and the wind was crazy on my face. Which masks are really awesome for that, if nothing else,
right?
For the cold, especially cloth. The cloth ones, especially.
I know, man. Like
my
coming
mom,
out of the grocery store in the winter, it's like, oh, this is nice. I'm feeling great about this situation here.
Like Uncle Geeb can just caress your face and keep you warm whenever you need. And I just love
so weird
the way that it looks.
I hate the way that it looks.
Excuse me.
It makes you look like a Muppet.
What are you talking about?
It makes you look like a Muppet.
I don't know what you're talking about. The old Uncle Geeb mask. Got to bring that out when I can. My mom made me a custom mask that like covers a huge majority of my face and kind of curves with my beard, so it's really nice. It's only place my face is exposed is my eyes. Everything else is covered with the mask.
So you're like a ninja.
Yeah, it's so comfortable. So comfortable. Very
ninja-like.
Hey, Xbox girl, don't buy this mask. I do have a merch store. Don't look for it because I won't sell it. Even though the company will. I don't want your money for merch at a later date. I can say if you want. Maybe I can hook Xbox girl up with one. Maybe if she really wants one.
I mean,
not opposed
she
to
may
it.
really want one.
How would you feel about that?
I mean,
your girlfriend, or your I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Xbox girl becoming a Muppet like around you. How would you feel about that?
I don't know. She could probably pull it off better than you can. So
That's probably true.
yeah, it's definitely true.
You know what else is true?
What?
Segues. Well, actually, before we get into those segues, I love when we do this. We go segue and then we don't segue.
No, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. We're not doing that.
Nintendo
Fooled you.
Fooled ya.
Thought we were going there. No, we're not. We're not doing any of that.
Nintendo news real fast. We got some Banjo-Kazooie dropped.
Yes, it did. Haven't played it yet.
Me either.
So can't even comment on it, but I will probably play it after this. As soon as we start the after show, probably what I'm going to do. And really quickly, too, our boy JD is going to be live on his Twitch later tonight watching Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Or is it When Nature Calls? One or the other. But there's going to be a watch party after the podcast. We'll be going there after this. But for those of you in the chat who want to watch that movie with us, you're more than welcome to just stick around here. We'll send you right over there later.
Yes, we will. We will do that. Links in the chat. Follow him. He's cool. And there was one other thing we wanted to talk about real fast. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah.
What is it?
Lego Star Wars.
Yes, Skywalker Saga.
We got a date.
Leaked, right?
That's
Didn't
amazing.
it leak? Speaking of
No, they put out a bunch of stuff.
I heard
it's official stuff.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, no, it didn't leak. They put it out. But it's April
5th.
Yes. It looks so good. Like I'm over Lego games. Just to be 100% honest, I know a lot of people love them. I know it's like a thing.
Yes.
I'm over them. This one's completely different though. This one looks like it's not a regular Lego game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It's new.
It looks like they're Legos. Like that's the only thing it looks like it has in common with the old Lego games is that they're Lego people. Everything else is different.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It looks like instead of being kind of, and the Lego games weren't really top down, but they weren't like third person perspective. Like, you know what I mean? This is more like I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks like it controls. I'm really excited about this. Now that we have a date, it's gonna be the first Lego game that I play and actually enjoy in a long time.
The last Lego game I played and really truly enjoyed was the Star Wars Legos from like the Xbox original. I played that on the Xbox original. Lots of fun. I had lots of fun with that game. Didn't get very far because I was not too young, but I mean, I was young and dumb as you would say as a young gamer. So I was like just button mashing in a Lego game.
Just playing around. Yeah. Once you get sick of it, you're just like, okay.
As a 10-year-old does, you know. But I'm really excited for this version. It's super super cool. Like I don't know. Let's just wait until it comes out. We'll both we'll give our 2 cents on it when it comes out. But dude, looking forward to that. Speaking of things I'm looking forward to, segues. So I have news. Not that I don't want to make this the Geeb podcast, although it might be like a lot about me this episode. Who knows where we take these topics? But the first thing I want to start this episode with is, guys, first off, thank you to my patrons, like for realsies, because I already thanked them on a personal message, but like, thank you guys as patrons. The amount of money I just spent is more than I am comfortable with. And I was telling Jerp before the podcast, I'm very uncomfortable right now. Like,
that's good. That's a good thing.
I'm very uncomfortable.
A good thing.
What I've done, guys, essentially, I have taken my chips. I don't play poker, but what I've basically done is taken my chips and I pushed them to the center. And I'm like, guys, I'm all in. So I did not purchase with my own money. I got an investment from a family member, but I'm working for it. A PC. I purchased a PC, like a real one. This PC I'm using right now, if you've been around for a while, not the best PC. It gets the job done for streaming.
Not the best PC, puts it quite mildly.
I max out its capabilities every time I use it. Like the CPU right now, the CPU is at 95. Like it is maxed to the max.
If you looked inside the vent of this computer right now, there would be red glowing parts in there. That's what's happening. They're glowing.
Actually, funny. My Switch is a red Mario Switch sitting on top of it. But before it used to be a normal Switch. It's now become a red Mario Switch because of how hot the air from underneath of it is rising up and touching it.
There you go.
So guys, I don't even know where to begin. I'm very scatterbrained about this whole thing. I just wanted to thank my patrons first and foremost, because without their support, financially and emotionally, honestly, I would not be able to get to this point and take my content, which exists on Twitch right now exclusively, off of Twitch onto the world of YouTube. And if you know, it's not my first rodeo at YouTube. I did make 2 videos last year. And I like those videos. I was very proud of those videos.
And they were doozies.
I was very proud of those videos. I'm like
I thought they were good, man.
Yeah,
I thought they were good.
I did too. The problem is the PC is like the amount of effort it took not to edit, the effort it took to put up with the PC and the shenanigans that it was giving me for doing the video editing was too much. And I could only produce 2 without going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I mean, dealing with, I don't know. I feel like I fight my computer all the time because I'm an idiot and I don't manage my storage well. So as soon as I get to a point where it's like there's nothing left, my Mac just starts, it's so mad at me all the time because I'm just like, okay, there's enough of it gone now that I can at least keep going. And it's just like barely enough.
Right,
so,
right.
I don't know. It's not nearly as bad as what you're dealing with, but I'm very glad that this is something that you're doing and moving forward with all this, because it's been needed to be done for a long time. And
one of the ways that I really kind of deal with the stress of dealing with a crappy computer is with beer. And that's a good segue. We're not leaving this topic. We're just taking a detour to the beer of the week.
I'll tell you what, Geeb, you are a segue machine tonight, man.
It's my job, sir.
On it.
It's my job.
I mean, good. God, I don't even know what to do. Okay, I have mine outside because it's too big to fit in the refrigerator.
Okay, you go get it right now, because I think I have to fix this stupid scene, because I forgot to do it beforehand. I just got the Chrome. I gotta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Do you have a?
Yeah, here we go.
Listener beer of the week.
I do have a listener beer of the week. Chrome. Right. Okay, so you're looking at you're getting weird, guys. You're yeah. Go ahead. Go get your thing.
Yeah, you take care of that. I'll be right back.
Yes. So you guys are looking at a dumb screen right now. Don't worry. What is I got to do this. Great podcast content, I'm sure. At the moment, bear with me. There it is. So guys, the scene is fixed. I have a listener beer of the week. Thank you so much to the listener who seems to be Parallax Puddles again, coming up clutch with the beer of the week. So Parallax Puddle says, this beer tastes like some damn blueberry cherry juice, and it has 5.7% alcohol. It should not taste this good. It's barely beer, in my opinion. It's refreshing as the day is long. Tart and sour with the clean taste of fresh pickled berries. And this beer is called the Wild Barrel Vice Blueberry Cherry.
I'm so happy he said that it's as refreshing as the day is long.
I think he was trying to add some spice to it because he wasn't too spicy with his comment.
That was extremely spicy.
Yeah, you nice. Kind of like tripped a little bit and put way too much garlic powder in for like 1 second.
It was super spicy, yeah.
So it seems like it's a sour. It's a bell. It's too small for my little eyes to read that. Again, this doesn't help me. When I try to make it bigger, it doesn't make it bigger.
I can see it on the screen there decently well.
It looks great. The can has like this orange look with like darker orange accents, and there's a barrel and it looks like kind of like Cracker Barrel style wording,
like a top of a barrel,
and the top of a barrel. Nice little blueberries, cherries all over the can. Very visually appealing. He ripped off the price because I guess he's ashamed of the price that he spends on beer, and so his wife
because he probably spent. Let me guess. He probably spent $8 on that 1 can of beer.
I'm gonna go 9. Parallax, let us know who wins.
I'd like to know. Yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah, that stuff is not. If it has that kind of label on it, you know that it. Like if it has an individual label, you know it's expensive.
Yeah, because you buy one. Of them.
Yes.
It's $8 or $9 for sure.
Oh yeah. So and that's like, thank you again. If you want to submit your beer of the week for the listener beer of the week, just go ahead. Breath of the Wild is the way I remember that command. That's in the command in the chat. You can also have this command to our Twitter. Just go ahead and go to our Twitter, twitter.com/dripjeeb, and just type your beer with a picture, a nice little description, and at dripjeeb to get it to us. And use the hashtag beer of the week so we know that you sent it to us. Appreciate that, guys. Drip, you get to your beer. Your beer's the highlight. You're the highlight beer.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, you're the highlight.
I'll set it back down then.
This beer, I've already tasted it. It's okay. But the name. So it's from a company you might know. I'm gonna slowly reveal this. Leinenkugel.
Okay.
Oop, oop, oop. Little secret.
What is
secrets.
that? Oh,
So
I
as you
saw
can,
a D.
a little bit of chocolate right there. It is the chocolate dunkel.
Oh, the Dunkel. I get it now.
The chocolate dunkel.
That's why you wanted Joe here.
That's why I wanted Joe here.
It's not a yeehaw Dunkel, but it is a Dunkel.
That's correct. It's a dunkel. It's probably an uncle of the dunkel, if you will. It's a Leinenkugel. Wow. It's chocolatey. Let's go ahead and just let's get it nice, beautiful. Smells like chocolate. Smells like beer. Kind of interesting. Yeah, I get chocolate and beer like at the same exact time.
Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
Milk. Okay. It's milky. It's a warmer, milky chocolate.
Sweeter.
Okay. So tasting this again. The other night I had it with food. Not my favorite. Drinking it on its own, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. It tastes like it smells chocolatey and beer in one little homogeneous situation. It's almost like a soda. Like if you tasted a chocolate soda or pop, wherever you're from, that's kind of what this tastes like. But it's a beer though. I know I have to add it in because there's a good portion of our country that says pop.
A lot of people say it here, and I'm like, dude, that's not.
What are you talking about?
Like, it's soda. Don't quit calling it pop.
Yeah. But yeah, this is not a bad beer. The chocolate dunkel, it's fine. I recommend. If you want something different to try, this is something different to try, and you're not gonna be disappointed.
Usually the Leinenkugel stuff, I feel like you couldn't put. It's not pop. I'm sorry. It's soda. Sorry.
Tsukasa, you disappoint me.
Sorry. That's just wrong, but it's not your fault. It's fine. But the Leinenkugel is usually, I'm like, if I see one, I'm like, yeah, I've had that. But I haven't had that. I don't think I've ever had that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a winter seasonal type thing that they do.
Yeah. And it's a winter seasonal thing, I'm sure. I mean, it's got like a wintry look onto it. The can looks like it's like the best description I have is like a woodsy area with a lake. You're looking out at a lake with those nice pine trees covered in snow. There's actually it's really hard to see. So the front of the can has two cabins. I'm looking at it. You guys can't see it. I'm looking at it's got two the cabins, and then has a little guy and his like son and a sled. Very, very tiny detail right on the front.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And on the back, it's the same woodsy. It's the same woodsy panorama, but it's got a little tiny snowman. Like you can kind of see
the
that.
attention. Yeah, I can definitely not see that. But you know what? I appreciate the attention to detail. I'll have to try that one. If I see it, I'll make sure I try to pick one up.
Yeah. All right. What do you got this week, sir?
Okay. Well, I have something that I was supposed to be much more involved with, but my time management skills are quite poor. So my good buddy Matt Moran has pretty much, besides me bringing him some of the bottles that it was bottled with, he's made this himself. It was supposed to be a joint effort, but I have to give him about 99.9% of the credit because I did source some bottles. Okay. Other than that, with this one, I didn't do anything. But we have from right down the street this. This is a blue raspberry sour. Homemade.
Explain the jar to everybody who's listening.
Okay, well, we talked about how it's probably a good idea since we're going to be making a lot of different beers. If we had things that, could be airtight seals like this so we didn't have to bottle cap everything. So I think going forward, we're going to try to get a bunch of these and do them all like this, just so it's just easier in the bottling process.
What is this?
You don't have to use anything else.
What is
it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a cork on a bottle.
It's like
I don't know how to explain it.
Like a metal cork that's being pushed down via pressure, into the bottle.
Yeah. It's got like
a reusable cork.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Here's the thing. This right here is the first bottle that's been opened of this stuff. This is it. This is the first actual taste test right here.
You're going to be the first one to try this beer ever.
Now, he's tried it. He's tried it before. Now, this is the first carbonated one, and we still may be a touch early. It may not be as carbonated as we want right now, but yeah, this is the first one after putting the the activation sugars or whatever in it
Yeah.
to be open. So
it looks like a
okay, it's
craft.
carbonated.
It looks like
It's
a
carbonated.
craft soda. That's the way it looks. It's that color green that's unnatural enough that looks like soda, but also not. It's not
Holy
like
shit,
it's not like
it
Mountain
smells
Dew.
amazing.
It's not like Mountain Dew
Yeah, it's
colored.
not quite Mountain Dew. It's more like I would call this. It doesn't look like it in this light to you guys, but in regular light, because I'm seeing light coming into it, I would say it's Animal Crossing green.
Okay, kind of like the Joy-Con.
Yes.
Okay.
That's about what color.
And
it
by the
is,
way, it's
I
a
would say.
Goulash style bottle. Thanks, Matt Moran.
There we go. Oh yeah, Matt Moran in the chat. All right, well, let's see what he's got. This is the first time. It smells amazing. So we got a blue raspberry sour here.
It looks amazing. Seems like it smells amazing.
Oh my God, it smells fantastic.
What does it taste like? Give it a sip.
Oh my God. Okay. It is too early. It's not quite carbonated enough yet. We're not quite there. But I will say, holy shit. Blue raspberry sour. That's what it is. I mean, it is spot on. I mean, man, okay, the blue raspberry is like, I'm trying to think of a good blue raspberry flavor. It's very very realistic raspberry flavor.
I believe it, man. It looks like there's fruit in it based off the color. Like he didn't add, did he add any coloring of any sort?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him. He's in the chat. I'm sure he
can respond if
he will respond. Holy crap. It's amazing. It's like it needs to be carbonated. That's it. Like obviously this wasn't ready. That's fine. But like the actual flavor of it, holy crap, it's perfect. And I'm pretty sure he said no, he said he put no artificial colors in it. This is just what happened. I believe he said this is about 7% alcohol.
That's a lot.
And it tastes like juice.
Yeah, I'd go easy on that, brother.
Yeah.
As you're going for your 7th sip.
Oh man.
Dude, it looks great.
So good.
It looks great, man.
It's so good. I'm so happy. So happy.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We'll keep on that. That's great.
Delicious.
Between 7 and 8. Okay, yeah. We have to be a little careful with this one.
Good guy Matt Moran making some delicious looking beer there. Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe the next one is going to be a peanut butter or a chocolate peanut butter.
Ooh.
Yeah, something like that, which makes a lot more sense for this time of year. I'm sure him and I will go through this fairly quickly.
Yeah,
because this is too good to be true right here. This is amazing.
Matt, I'm sure you're going to make something that tastes way better than Leinenkugel's chocolate dunkel. But if you could name it dunkel, I'd appreciate that. Whatever chocolate beer you make, just call it dunkel in honor of the Leinenkugel chocolate dunkel.
And that reminds me, we have no name for this.
Ooh, Matt. If Matt Moran gives us permission, we could have the Twitch audience and the podcast audience name this beer for you guys.
Oh, please. Yeah, I don't think he's going to have a problem with that.
He says go for it. Okay, Twitch audience, you guys think about it. At Drip Geeb on Twitter with your names of what this beer should be called, and Matt Moran will name it that. You guys go crazy with the names in the chat.
That one's already great.
We'll read that kind of stuff in the after. I don't want to go through the names right now during the actual recording. Maybe the after show we'll get more to that. But again, if audio listeners and Twitch listeners, at Drip Geeb on Twitter, what's the name of this beer? This topic makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why it makes me so uncomfortable. I'm not a guy who likes to talk about myself. Maybe it's why I don't go to a therapist, but I mean, maybe I should. But like, I don't, I don't like talking about myself. But like, that's kind of what we're about to be doing here. So get the beer out, Geeb.
Yeah, I mean, we need to talk about it because it's happening all around us, which is crazy. Yes. And I love this.
Yes,
I love this. You know, everybody, you know, our whole little group here, everybody's just got a fire under their ass right now, and it's amazing. It's just. It's so cool to see everybody's just ready to go, moving stuff forward. I mean, you're, you know, if not more than anybody else, I mean, you just got a PC.
Yeah.
Which is like the biggest thing is like, you can do whatever now.
I have unlocked the key that to the tools that have been locked away from me. Like the PC allows me to learn the things I need to learn about editing. It allows me to actually produce edited things, not only for my Uncle Geeb YouTube channel, but like the Drip and G podcast, for example, is going to be getting an upgrade in the upcoming months. Once I learn how to edit, I'm going to do some things to this podcast video wise and hopefully audio as well to just, make it a little bit better experience for you guys. So this is for the podcast. It's for Uncle Geeb Productions, right? You guys heard the Uncle Geeb Productions.
Uncle Geeb Productions.
You heard that at the beginning of this. Like, yeah, my brand of Uncle Geeb Productions, that's what the PC is for. The podcast, my Twitch, my YouTube. As someone asked earlier in the chat, you have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube. I post 2 videos last year. Haven't posted anything since because we explained that a second ago before the beer. But yeah, so like I got the PC, right? But I also got like a load of other little accessories that I can actually show you right now. Just a few of them.
Yeah. He was showing me off camera. I was like, save it. Save it. Let's go over some of this stuff. I mean, we don't have to take an hour on it, but I want to see what it is.
Yeah. So it's not all here. It's not
There's
all.
a lot.
Let me bring this microphone closer. It's not all here. This is only part of it. But the first, where did I start earlier? Oh, I started with this. So I'll zip through this. A little boom arm that is going to hold the camera, my webcam, just in a better position. Because the reason I need it in a better position is because these 2 accessories right here. This accessory, like talking off the back of the boxes is weird. This accessory is going to go on my monitor because my monitor doesn't have VESA mount. So this will make my monitor have VESA, and then it's upside down. But here's a monitor arm, so I can raise this monitor.
Another one of those.
Yeah. So the monitor's going up. Monitor's going up off the desk. Give more space for the PC that's coming.
Yeah, I need that bad. This one here, the big one is on an arm like that, but then the one over here is it's literally the worst stand ever. It takes up so much room. It's like I can't even push the monitor back because it has like a tripod leg going on.
Yeah.
One of them's in the back, so if you go too far, it just kind of like
leans back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is I don't know, jelly stuff. This is just some like command strips that for picture frames. I'm going to use to hang some posters up. I'm thinking about using like if you remember how I used to record for a short period of time with the backdrop behind me with those room dividers. I'm thinking about hanging some posters on the room dividers just as somewhere to shoot, like like standing in front of those with some posters behind it. I don't know. We'll play around with it. This will allow me to hang some stuff up.
Cool.
And again, a lot of it's not here. This is just some of it. This is a ring light, another one. I have 2 in front of me, 2 lights above my head. But this is just another one that's more mobile on a tripod that I can bring around. So if I want to record upstairs a little bit, I got a light that if I needed to.
I have a light on a stand over here for the same exact reason. Mostly B-roll, but so I don't have to take any of this other stuff down. It just sits there off camera, off to the side, ready to go. Yeah,
and the things that I don't have that it's super exciting that I finally got. I have an upgraded capture card. I didn't tell you about that.
Oh, you did not tell me about that.
Yeah, so it's not the Elgato because honestly, as a Switch streamer, I don't need an Elgato. I don't need 4K 60. It's not necessary for a Switch. But I also need something better than 720p 60 and also questionable performance out of this $15 capture card that also
I use the same one for not this camera, but the other one.
Yeah. And one day when I get like a DSLR, I'll just use one of these I was called a cam link, one of these China cam links for the DSLR camera or whatever I get in the future, a mirrorless camera, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, this stuff is so good. This is ridiculously good.
Very good. And then the capture card, it's a 1080p 60 signal, and it's from EVGO or so, I don't know whatever company that is. I can't remember. They make an Elgato competitor. They also make a stripped down Elgato competitor that's cheaper. I don't remember the name of it, but it's 1080p 60, so it'll be great for the Switch.
That's all you need. That's all I need.
And it's like a reputable company, like a real product, not a hack like China mod that's being sold on eBay, or sorry, Amazon, whatever. It's a real capture card. I can have like real customer support if it breaks and stuff like that. So very good. And I can't remember that. Just like little things that are going to go on my desk, around my desk, things to help me use to create videos, not only at the desk here, at this setup, which it'll kind of look like this in the future when I make a next YouTube video. It's probably going to look like this. Just me talking with the fireplace in the back, looking like that. But I also what if I want to film my couch? Let me bring my phone, which is going to be my camera. Let me show you this, actually. This is quite interesting. This is the Moment case. You're probably familiar because you're a photographer guy.
I am familiar. Yes.
This is the Moment case for my phone. So my phone has a it only has a zoom in. What's the zoom one called? Zoom lens. Telephoto. Telephoto.
Yeah, telephoto.
It only has a telephoto built in. Does not have wide. So this case is going to allow me to, in this little baggie here, I got for Christmas a few years ago.
You have a wide angle in there.
I got a wide angle Moment lens, and I also want to get some more lenses too.
Dude,
Like
that's nice.
Oh yeah,
what's
heavy.
the? I'm sure I've never actually held one in my hand. I almost bought a whole set of stuff.
18 millimeter.
Back. 18 millimeter. Okay, 18 millimeter. That's okay. So I shoot wide open on my videos on this lens is 14 millimeter. So it's a little bit wider than what you got there, but 14 millimeter, to be honest, is too wide.
Yeah.
Sometimes I usually bump it into about 16, but 18 is going to be perfect. That's going to be perfect.
So I'll utilize this little kit. Is going to be my camera, is my phone. It's not the Pixel. It's the Pixel 4 XL. If you're curious, good cameras, not great video cameras. Not notable for their video. So
yeah, but
we'll see.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine.
I think so.
Our boy Bomb TV just released his first video today.
Sure
he
did.
Shot it with his phone.
Yeah, man. I watched the video. It's great. Go to his YouTube channel, youtube.com/bombtv.
Maybe. Hopefully that's what it is.
I'm pretty sure. If
not, yeah, I mean, if not, drop a link.
Yeah, he'll let us know. But yeah, so like I'm upgrading, guys. The podcast is gonna get an upgrade. My stream's gonna get an upgrade. Future projects that we may or may not be working on at this exact moment that Drip and I could be a part of.
Future stuff happening.
Like
talked about
related,
last night and today.
Yes. Unrelated / related to the PC stuff. Like Drip and I are working on a project, and that's all you need to know about. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic. It's something new.
I wouldn't even say we're really working on it. We're just involved in. I guess we're working on it too.
I'll be working on it. If you don't want to work on it, that's fine. I'm going to work.
I mean, I'm working on it. I'm just saying. At this point, I don't think I can't say that I'm working on it because I haven't really done that much work.
Yeah,
But
I don't want to say too much information about it. It's going to be cool. Stick around.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff. Yeah, that's just what's so great right now. Like I'm really happy with everything that's going on right now because it seems like the beginning of this year, for some reason, everybody always says like, oh, when the new year starts, I'm going to do this, and then 95% of people don't do anything. But it seems like this little,
the Justice
group
League
of people here. Yeah, this group of people just seems to be pushing. It's awesome. It makes me want to push. It makes me want to push harder. I mean,
hey, man.
I put a video out today. I'm going to put another one out tomorrow.
You sure did. It was a good video, as always.
I might film 2 more tomorrow, as long as I can get the rest of my stuff done.
Yeah.
I want to do more right now. I want to do more because I see everybody else around me doing more, and it's a really good feeling. It's awesome.
Yeah, but I was saying earlier, I got this like nervous feeling because now I'm pressuring myself to do more. Like I had 2 options to go. I could have either gone the direction of very seldom streams like I have been doing and getting a new job that's full time. That was the option I had. The other option I had was sit down, spend some cash right now, go all in, and work on this as a passion project at the moment, and hopefully in the future it could be a source of revenue and maybe even my permanent gig. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it can be.
It can be. It's not right now. It won't be for a very long time.
Give up. Yeah. But I mean, you know what? It doesn't matter, man. Eventually it will be. You just don't stop.
I'm 27.
Then there's no choice. It's just going to happen or you're just going to die.
I got lots of years to build this up. I'm not in any rush to become the next best YouTuber. Like that's not,
there you go.
I'm in it for the long haul. I'm working my way up. This is the very first step. The first step is to put yourself out there. That was Twitch, right? Putting myself out there, making some stuff, streaming. Not really making, just streaming, But the next step is like, okay, really make a YouTube account and put content out for the people to watch. And hopefully some shit sticks on the wall. That's what I'm hoping.
It will. It'll stick. Sometimes it does.
Speaking of shit that's stuck on a wall, this thing right here, this Nintendo Switch OLED that is in my hands.
Geeb finally got an OLED. There it is. And look, and we match. I
We
mean, how nice is
do.
that?
We
We
do.
totally
You didn't put them
just.
on?
I didn't put them. I
You
couldn't find them.
lying sack of shit.
I don't have the stick covers on, but yeah, we have the same everything. Look at that.
It looks great. The blue. I
Dude,
was looking forward.
the Zelda Joy-Cons they're so nice.
It's so
I love
fantastic.
them. They
So
really are.
yeah, one more, and not the last shout out for Coca Baby for getting this switched to me for an incredibly good deal, because they got it for an incredibly good deal and passed on their savings to me like a discount furniture store or something. But yeah, no, wonderful Switch OLED Coca Baby sent to me that I paid them for soon.
Yeah, you got a good deal. You got a good deal on that.
Got a great deal. Can't thank you enough, Coco Baby. But now, because I got this in my hands, I was not expecting to feel the way I do about it. So obviously I've held one. I've heard a lot about it. You guys at home probably have a Switch OLED right now. You know what's up with it. You've seen it. I'm just getting to the party. Like, it's one thing to just look at it, and it's another thing to play on it and live with it, right?
Yeah.
And actually, like, play
Exactly.
some games that you know what they look like. Play some games on this thing versus the other one. I already knew the quality was great, right? I already knew that this thing was great. I already knew that this thing is quality. I didn't know how good certain games could look. I just didn't know until I saw it. It's like the first time you see VR. You just don't know what it looks like until you
Yeah.
actually see it.
Right? Yeah. You can't explain it. You have to look at it in person.
I've seen.
And I struggled with that, trying to make videos about this thing. I didn't even bother. I wanted to do a comparison of the screens, but it's like, it does not come across on camera how much better it actually is.
It's not just the like. I want to harp how good the screen is. Don't get me wrong. But my first YouTube video that I'm going to release soon, no promises on the date, but that's going to be the first video that actually goes up, is a video about the Switch OLED, because I feel very strongly about how I feel about it, and how I feel about it is very, very positive. And it's spoilers. It's not. I'm not going to tell you tonight, but it's not all about the screen. There's other aspects to this thing, this OLED, that other people, like even you, have not talked about, at least not that I know of, and at the very, very least, have not made a big deal about. Because there's certain things about this Switch that are so different from the normal Switch that it's like, why aren't we talking about this more? So that's going to be my video that I'll be releasing soon.
That's interesting.
But yeah, there's certain things about this. It's like, why are we overlooking this aspect of this console? Because it's great. The screen is obvious. It's less obvious things about this that makes this console so much better than the normal Switch. And I will answer this question now on this podcast.
I'm trying to look now. Like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you could be talking about, but that's fine.
I'll tell you off camera. But as far as now, I won't say anything because that's going to be the video. But what was I going to say? Oh, this is definitely metal. This kickstand is definitely metal.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
1,000%. 1,000% metal. It sounds like metal. It feels like metal. It gets cold like metal. It is metal.
Yeah. I thought it was. I said it was in the videos I made on it.
Yeah.
And then I had some people say, no, it's plastic. And I'm like,
yeah.
So
how do you feel about this, by the way? Speaking about the OLED before we get off of it, the white background, I think looks the best.
I mean, it's fine.
On the OLED, specifically.
Yeah, I don't know. It's too bright for me. I go with the night mode.
So, like, the thing I don't like about the night mode on this is that this is an OLED screen, meaning when the screen has black pixels, they just straight up turn off, just like as if it was off, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's dark mode. This thing doesn't have dark mode. This thing has like light gray mode. It's light gray.
Right. It would be a lot cooler if the background was actually just black,
or like or like more modernized to where it's like a transparent gray, where it's like something that's more translucent. Translucent.
The gray is but they've had the same exact user interface with nothing changed since the Switch. I mean, it's not going to change. We're never going to see anything different there, which is fine. I mean, whatever. I've given up on that, but hey, who knows? I could be wrong. I gave up on Bluetooth support too, and look at that. Just
you never know.
Came out of nowhere. They're like, oh yeah, it's fine. We'll just turn it on now.
I just can't stop looking at it. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this thing looks beautiful. So much more beautiful.
Let me ask you this.
Are
you using the kickstand the way that you have made me use the kickstand?
So I got the big grips on on the Neo. It doesn't work as well with the big grips on.
It doesn't. You can only get it to a certain angle, and it's way out there. It's almost laying down anyway.
It is, but it is much better to have it. I wish I could show you. I can't. It's way better to have it up like this, then back like this, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense. So like
Yeah.
leaning all the way back, it's much better to have it at least a little bit raised so I can get my fingers on there and grab it. I don't know. But yeah, the kickstand is fantastic. I haven't been using it that much because I got the Neo on there with the big grips. But yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, I've been using the small grips just because I have it in a case.
Is it supposed to be this loose with the with? Wait, actually, no. Oh yeah, so it's very loose. Like with it needs this. It needs this. This little piece.
Depending on. I mean, mine's not very loose. It's pretty tight.
Mine's
loose.
It's a little bit loose. Mine's. That's what I'm like. Not concerned about it. I'm just a little frustrated by it. Like I don't want to have. It looks so good, and then there's that little tiny piece of plastic from the Neo grip touching the OLED top, and it's just like I don't want that there. Why is that there? And I take it off. Like it. I take it off, and then it's too loose. It's gonna fall right out of the thing. I don't know.
See, it's interesting too because I mentioned that in the video I did on these things. This original white one that they sent me was clearly a early production model. That's not the final model. This Animal Crossing one is completely different. Like down to the sides in here where the Joy-Cons go in. There are actual. I mean, there's big rubber pads there now. It's big square ones.
Good.
But there are cutouts in the plastic where you can see where, before these things were actually put in, the little rubber squares, like to show you like, okay, those sit in there. Like that's not on this one. So, I mean, it's been changed several times. I don't know how old that one is that you have there. So it could be somewhere between the original one that I got and the newest one, which is this.
Yeah.
But who knows? That's one thing about Skull & Co. You just kind of sucks, kind of doesn't, but it's like they wanted to be out there first with this thing.
Yeah. And another video I want to make is the Skull & Co. versus the Satisfy, because that's something to me that's I am growing to like this more as I'm using it, especially.
You better hurry up. Mine's coming out soon.
Well, I can't make mine until you send me the grip.
Oh yeah, I gotta make mine before I can even send this to you, so you can make yours.
Yeah, exactly. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the kickstand.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great, man. It's really
great.
Yeah, I want to get off the OLED topic because people know about this. It's not new. It's new for me, but not new for you guys. It's just more new things. I'm getting a PC and I have an OLED in my seat. Like I was not thinking I was gonna have any of this anytime soon, and now all of it's here. Tomorrow, by the way, PC comes tomorrow. By the way, I'm not gonna set it. I won't set it up till Saturday because tomorrow night, one more plug for tomorrow night with our hang with Julian or JD Melnick. I should have that shout out ready to go. But yeah, we're hanging out with JD tomorrow night. If obviously listeners, you're probably gonna. Hopefully you guys are already subscribed to the Twitches so you get notified. But we're hanging out with JD on his channel tomorrow night, just eating some weird food, playing some Mario Kart. It's gonna be a blast.
I'm not looking forward to it. I was telling him last night. There's a few, and we're keeping it secret what we have to eat and the stuff. But like, there's a few I can't lose. I have to win. Like I have to.
I can't wait to make you lose.
No, I told him. I don't know if it was earlier today or last night when we were playing on his channel. We did Mario Party last night, but I was like, I'm gonna go hard like tomorrow afternoon, right before we go on, just get nice and warm. Make sure I can just kick your guys' ass.
No, I don't plan on losing very much. I think in a cup situation, I can do pretty well because maybe I won't finish first more than twice. But if I can finish first twice, I can most certainly finish second a few times. I know I can. Like, I'm calling you out and JD right now.
Wow.
I'm sweeping. Okay. I'm sweeping the whole game.
Yeah, right. Get out of here.
Our face cams will be on JD's stream, so it's gonna be like nice and homey with all of us hanging out as homies on his Twitch. That'll be fun. So yes, don't miss that.
Yeah, we had a good time last night, man. We went pretty late. I ended up ordering a pizza. We did a little review breakdown of my pizza late night.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was really good pizza. Very good.
I was sleeping like a baby. He went live literally as I'm turning the lights out. I'm like, I really wanted to hang out for a little bit, but like, it's bedtime.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable. We had a good time. It was fun.
Good.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm glad. What's the next topic, sir?
Well, something happened this week.
What happened?
Pretty interesting.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Microsoft decided that they were just going to buy Activision Blizzard. So I don't know if you heard about it. There's a couple people talking about it.
No idea what you're
Not a
talking about.
huge thing. $68 billion
Is
what they're going to be paying
Activision
for
Blizzard?
this.
Is that like a Dairy Queen Blizzard? Did they
Yes,
buy a Blizzard?
It's a lot like that.
Okay.
Yes, it's a lot like that. It's just a really big one. Costs
really-
$68 billion. It's a lot of ice cream.
How much?
68 billion, not 70 billion, 68 billion.
I'm sorry. How
Billion.
much?
Billion.
68.
68 billion.
68
billion dollars. Yes.
Billion. Like think pinky to the mouth billion.
Yeah. Like trillion, fulfillion. Yes, like that.
Oh wait, I'm bald. I gotta do it. Hold on. $1 million.
Yeah. $68 billion.
Can we, before we even talk about any, well, no, we should talk about the merger first. Let's talk about the actual merger, because to me, that's the less interesting part. To be completely honest with you, the money is what interests me.
There's one that I know everybody's talking about. Like, I mean, I have it here. You've got the Call of Duty stuff, which is,
yes,
you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. I think it's going to be split. I think like, you know, the Warzone stuff will be everywhere still, but I think the main Call of Duty like full game is going to end up being an Xbox exclusive.
That would be absolutely insane.
Call of Duty, I'm telling you, the main full game is going to be on Game Pass. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Crash, you know, it is what it is. That's definitely going to be a Microsoft exclusive. That might end up on Switch still, because, you know, Microsoft plays nice with Nintendo.
Yeah.
The Tony Hawk, they just remade those Tony Hawk games, dude.
Yeah.
Those were great. They were on everything. Could we see that as an Xbox exclusive, the next ones? Because, you know, those did pretty well. For remakes, they were done really well. People really enjoyed them. I don't think we're done. We only got 1 and 2. I mean, we may get a brand new Tony Hawk game.
Real quick,
honestly.
I think something really interesting to note here is that I think it's interesting. Candy Crush is included in all of this. That's a big game. Like, you hear Candy Crush, like, oh, that dumb little game that everyone plays.
Yes, but that's
it's
why
the game that
is.
It's the game that everyone plays, meaning it's a lot of money, and like now Microsoft owns Candy Crush too.
It's crazy.
68 billion.
Billion, yes.
Billion.
Okay, so we also have Spyro, which we just got the Reignited trilogy on everything. That was actually pretty good on Switch. I really enjoyed that. There's that. Probably anything going forward with that is going to be, I would say, Microsoft exclusive. Maybe Nintendo gets it if they're nice. You already mentioned Candy Crush. We've got World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Like, that is going to be, like, what are they going to do with that? It's kind of scary. Diablo. So probably any new Diablo games going forward. It's
so much to take in. Like, there's so many friends.
It's a lot.
It's not like it's just one of these. It's all of these.
StarCraft.
What?
Okay, so there's one that I'm like, nothing's been done with it forever, but man, I'm ready for a new one. You're looking at it right there.
Is this Rock Band?
Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero. Okay. They have Guitar Hero now.
Yes.
Well,
Xbox.
Now that I'm a streamer, obviously, like I play games on the internet for the most part. Very seldom actually on my own, especially on the TV. But like Rock Band's not gonna be a game I can play on stream. But on my personal time, I'm probably gonna play as much as Ring Fit if it ends up coming. But that's an interesting thing to think about. Like
Guitar Hero.
Because don't forget, like, this is
not Rock Band. Rock Band is
by
another company. I'm fairly sure.
I'm sorry, but let's be honest, same games, just a little different.
Yeah, they're different. Listen, we played a lot of Rock Band back in the day when I lived on 4th Street with Matt Moran. We at one point, listen, this is crazy. We at one point had an entire house full of people, right? Party. It was a party going on. We had a full band playing Rock Band in the living room. People were all around us, standing on the couch. We were playing, what was it? Oasis Wonderwall. The entire living room is singing with us. It was like we were playing an actual show, dude. It was insane. I will never forget that. It was the coolest experience I've ever had with any of the, I mean, it was just amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Rock band. Wait, Guitar Hero. God, I can't
Guitar Hero,
I
yeah.
literally can't remember. It's. I think rock. When I think of Guitar Hero, I think of Rock Band. It's just, if I say it, you know what I mean. Guitar Hero coming to Microsoft, being owned by Microsoft, is a very interesting thing. It's kind of been dead, right? I mean, there's not really any games out recently.
There hasn't been anything, but that's the thing. Now, all these old ones will probably go to Game Pass.
Interesting.
Right?
I mean, I was thinking about new games. They'd make new one, put on Game Pass. But yeah, the old games.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hope. But yeah, I mean, all the old ones.
Yeah, that's.
If you can get a guitar that's compatible with an Xbox, that's almost worth the price of Game Pass right there.
I can't even imagine. There's so much to unpack that I don't even want to unpack any of it, because it's just like, we don't know what they're gonna do with all this. We know
we don't. We know everybody's got their opinions on the is it gonna be exclusive? Is it not? Everyone's got their opinions. You're right. We don't know. We're not gonna know, because they just did the same thing with Bethesda, but we're seeing some of what they're doing, but they're not keeping everything for themselves. They're kind of, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, it's very interesting how this is all going to play out. I mean, honestly, so Microsoft owns Xbox, but also Microsoft also owns PCs. So don't think, I mean, they've Game Pass too, but I just don't think that, like, this is, I know it's a big deal. Don't get me wrong. This is a huge deal. I mean, 68 billion is nothing to scoff at.
It's the biggest acquisition in video game history.
It's so much to unpack that I think at the very least it'll be years before we answer all the questions. At least, like, this is going to be years and years of, like, questions being answered.
Well, and we'll see. What we'll see is whatever Activision's got in the works now. We're going to know next year when the new Call of Duty comes out. We're going to see right there what their plan is there. But Activision, I'm sure, has other games in the works that we'll see. I mean, there could be deals in place with Sony already before this whole thing went down, because there was with Bethesda too. Bethesda had deals with Sony to do what was it? Was it Deathloop? Was that a Bethesda thing? I can't remember. Anyway, they had some stuff that had to go on these other. There was deals in place before, and they honored those deals. So I mean, who really knows? But do you remember me talking about this a long time ago? And no. I said, in 10 years, there's not going to be third-party companies.
I don't remember.
There's going to be something that happens, because Sony buys Insomniac Games. Sony buys this. Microsoft comes in and buys Bethesda. Like, this may be the domino that has just fallen, that has everybody like, oh shit, like, get who you can get right now, because there's not going to be anything left.
I hate
everybody's going to start buying. I know I don't like it either, but I'm telling you, that's the way this is all trending. That's what's happening right now. And I honestly think if this isn't it, there's going to be a domino that falls at some point when it's just going to be a free for all, and everybody's going to start grabbing whatever studios they possibly can to keep them from the other one.
It's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation, because now we're getting into topics. It's not even gaming at that point. Now we're talking about monopolies. We're talking about whether it's good or not good for gamers and the industry.
Well, at that point, no, it's not good.
But as long as there's still Sony and Microsoft, there is at least still competition. Right, but it's not necessarily going to be as good as if all these companies were still individually owned, you know? I mean, it's very, I mean, clearly.
Because then it's like you can play. That was the beauty of third party. That's the beauty of third party companies. You don't have to own an Xbox. You don't have to own a PlayStation necessarily. You could own one of them, or a PC, or maybe a Switch, depending, and you could play these third party games. But I think that's slowly going to go away. I really do. I mean, this just keeps happening. We talked about. I think we talked about this on one of our first podcast episodes. I have to go back and look, but I mean, it just keeps happening. It's not stopping. It's happening more. $68 billion fucking dollars. It's insane.
Let's move on to that. let's rehash one more time. When I Googled
$68 billion.
So I'm at work, right? Paint this picture for you guys. I'm at work and I get a notification, as I frequently do. Microsoft buys a couple companies. I didn't really exactly get to read who it was. I'm like, oh, Activision. Okay, I mean, that's probably a huge deal. I'm not, as you guys know, I mean, I'm mostly a Nintendo guy these days. With a new PC, I'm going to open my world up to more games. So maybe I'll get more into normal, Game Pass, Xbox, PC stuff. But for now,
Game Pass is the shit, man.
Yeah, I'm more into like Nintendo. So like I hear Activision, Blizzard. I'm like, I don't know too much about that. I know like I can think off the top of my head Spyro and Crash, but like I did not understand the magnitude. Right, I'm at work. I'm looking for get home. Look, I'm on my get home on this TV back here, scrolling through YouTube as I usually do. That's what I watch, and scrolling through 68 billion, and
Yeah.
I'm like million. That's a lot.
No. Billion.
I saw that, and my eyes got huge. I looked at the screen like, how much? What? Oh, this is a big deal. And then I got a text from a couple of different people about it.
Think about this. Even bigger deal, because guess what Sony's highest moneymaker was on their platform this past year?
I don't need to. Oh, this past year. Oh, okay, I don't know.
This past year.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty. And now they may not have that. That's huge. That's huge.
Guess what Microsoft now owns that used to be Sony's? It used to be Mario was like Nintendo. We had who was
Crash.
we had a Master Chief, and who else was before Master Chief? There was another one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Microsoft had their thing. We'll say it's Master Chief for now.
It was Crash.
Crash, dude, was Sony's shit.
Yeah,
that was Sony's Mario.
Place. Yeah, he was at Nintendo's place with the megaphone talking shit on Mario.
Like
in the commercials.
Crash just pulled a Verizon or the AT&T. What was that guy? What company did he used to work?
He worked for Verizon.
He was the Verizon guy. Crash pulled a Verizon guy on the gaming industry and said, you know what? There's a better deal over here. I'm now gonna advertise for Sprint. Can you hear me now? No, I can't. I've canceled Verizon. I'm on Sprint now. What's up with you?
Can you hear me now?
Great. Psych. I'm on Sprint. You can't hear me anymore. I suck.
Yeah.
But no, like that's a huge deal, man. They own Sony's face from the 90s.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy to think about. I mean, I thought that the Bethesda deal was nuts. But do you know how much the Bethesda deal was?
No.
Okay, so this one we're talking about now, the Activision Blizzard, $68 billion.
Unreal.
Bethesda was $7 billion.
Ho hum.
But I mean, Bethesda, it's still $7 billion. But I mean, that just shows you how much. Like it's massive. It's massive. It's going to change a lot of stuff going forward.
So especially the younger kids here, like it is kind of, even for adults right now, for you and me potentially, it's really hard to understand $1 million. Like to understand the magnitude of $1 million is really hard. Like you hear that word. Chess, what's up, man? Like once this podcast, we're live recording. We'll get you in a minute. So like, it's you hear $1 million, and it's really hard to comprehend $1 million. Okay, $1 million is really hard. I can't stress this enough. $1 billion is
not 60
$1 billion is so much harder to. It's not like you hear $1 million and $1 billion, they rhyme and they got lots of zeros. That's the only thing that $1 million and $1 billion have in common. $1 billion is an insurmountable. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's incredible. It's just you can't think about $1 billion. If you tried to think about $1 billion,
it's hard to wrap your head around it.
If you tried to think about $1 billion, if you actually tried to crunch numbers in $1 billion in your mind, you would die. Your brain would be on overload. You'd die. That's how complicated I'm not even trying to overplay this, right? It's true. It's almost like trying to comprehend death. You can't do it. It's not possible to comprehend death because you're not alive. You physically,
I mean, I
you
don't know.
can't think of.
I think I can comprehend a billion better than I can comprehend death. But I
it's
get
on
what
that.
you're saying.
It's on that same kind of level of you
Yes, I
can't literally
understand.
do it. It's not possible. Like
it's very
I
difficult
want
to
to
wrap
talk.
your head around.
I want to talk to a scientist about this. I feel like I have a theory here, and I think there's something to it. You can't do it. It's not possible. Now multiply that by 68, and that sounds so small. It doesn't like. It's easy to say, but it's impossible to think about. $68 billion, 68 billion anything is impossible to think about. It's impossible. It's a big,
ridiculous money.
It's ridiculous, okay?
And you realize this too. I found this out today. It's not in like stocks. It's not in, assets. It's fucking cash, bro. 68 billion.
Straight fire cash.
Yeah.
Like
no stocks,
unreal.
no nothing. Just cash.
Crazy. Unreal. So I'm gonna do my best to help you guys at home understand and try to comprehend.
Oh, are we playing a game? Are we playing a game?
It's kind of a game. It's kind of sort of a game. I don't really know how to make this a game.
Okay.
We're just gonna play along. Just play along.
I'm playing along. This is me.
I honestly don't know how to do this. So this game is what $1 billion can look like. It's a history article that just explains what we're talking about. 1 billion,
not 68.
Not 68. Okay. 1 billion. The kind of things that you can buy with $1 billion. What's one thing?
Can you buy sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads?
I don't really know. Like you can't guess. I don't think there's any game here to be had. I think it's more of just sit here and be in awe with me. Sit here and be in awe with me. The first thing that's up. It's hard to see from the screen there. Fast cars is what it's called. So I don't know. Like a Mercedes-Benz, but I don't know, a bunch of them.
A Lamborghini.
This is the least interesting one, I think, but just a whole shit ton of absolute top-of-the-notch luxury cars.
Wait, are you telling me there's a list of cars right here that you could buy that would total up to $1 billion?
No, there's not. There's no list of things, but it's try to comprehend. It's as hard as it is to do, nearly impossible, some would say. Just think about a warehouse full of Bugatti Veyrons, a warehouse full of the most expensive possible car that you can think of. A warehouse full of them. That is what Microsoft just gave to Activision Blizzard. A giant warehouse. No specific number here because it's not relevant. I could tell you the number. It doesn't mean anything. An insane amount of cars. The most expensive cars possible. I wonder how many Toyota Camrys you could give.
You could get a boatload of Toyota Camrys. You could have 6 warehouses full of Toyota Camrys.
The next one is private jets. You could, and at that point, and they're talking about 1 billion. In this conversation, you could be the next American Airlines at this point. The amount of private jets that you could own. And it's not just a private jet. We're talking the fuel, the staff,
the maintenance,
maintenance.
It's not.
You could own
to keep.
I wonder how much those airlines cost. If I was a better podcast host, I would have looked these things up prior. But you could probably just buy multiple airlines. You could be the airliner for the world with $68 billion. I don't think that's true, but I think it's fun to think about.
It is fun to think about.
Yachts. You could have the entire sea full of yachts.
Okay, this is pretty good in the chat, actually. Chat says you can buy a round of beers for China. So for every person in China.
Every person in China.
Do you realize how many people are in China? It's insane.
It's what?
You could probably look it up right
now. Close to
a
billion, right? Isn't there close to 1 billion?
I don't know, but there's a lot of people there. A lot of people there.
Too many people.
Just thinking about that. That's walking into a bar and saying, "Hey, next round's on me," but you just say it.
Yeah.
Pull up to China. To all of China.
Pull up to the. Oop, that's the wrong one. Pull up to the ocean and just when you're walking up to the beach, you're walking up on the sand, you're getting close to the water. get close to the water, and then just look to your left as far as you can see, look to your right. You could probably line the whole perimeter, the whole panorama of your vision with yachts.
Yeah.
That's how many yachts.
Just fill a beach with them.
Fill a beach with yachts. That is what Microsoft just dropped on there. And here's the most interesting one that I think to think of, try to put in perspective that much money. A skyscraper. But not one.
Your own.
Not one. Many skyscrapers. Like, because again, they're just talking about $1 billion. So we're timing this by 68. So
you could pretty much like own Manhattan.
You could own
everything.
Essentially Manhattan with what Microsoft just dropped. We're talking about the gaming industry here. We're not talking about like Jeff Bezos buys like, Whole Foods. Like we're talking about the game. The gaming industry is so exploding right now at a proportion we can't comprehend. Right from under like this right, like you said earlier, right now is a huge change in the industry. And I mean, before I'm gonna let you talk about what we talked about here, but I think it was Phil. It's not Spencer. What is his name? Phil from Xbox. Is it Spencer?
Yeah.
Phil Spencer from Xbox was talking, and he has said something about the fact that the lack of Xbox, the current Xboxes, right? Obviously, there is supply chain issues. No one's denying that there's not supply chain issues, but
yeah, I mean, it's not just Xbox. It's having a problem. Everybody's
exactly.
having a problem.
But here's something interesting that he said. Now, I don't have anything to quote, but I just, this is off the top of my head, my memory. Phil Spencer had said that, yes, there's supply chain issues. However, we have produced more Xboxes than we ever have to this point. In context to other releases, they've produced as many as they ever have.
360 or the Xbox One.
Sure.
That's insane.
There's
That's
no
crazy.
more or less systems now than there was before. Because you would think, because of supply chain issues and the lack of supply that we have of Xboxes, that it's hard to get. It's not hard to get. It's not hard to
made more. Yeah, more people want them.
Yes, the market is growing. That's why this huge investment was just dropped, because the market. There's more gamers. There's more gamers than we ever have. Gaming there's like sports leagues now. There is the podcasts with many people like us talking about it. YouTube channels. Like, ironically, the gaming TV network is dead. With G4 or whatever.
They're back. They're on YouTube, dude.
They're on YouTube. It's not because TV's a dying platform. That's another podcast for another day. But I mean, like, dude, like the gaming industry is fucking insane. It's crazy how big this is getting, and the amount of gamers out there is far surpassing anything we could have ever guessed 10 years ago. 20 years ago.
I honestly did not know that. That's very interesting information. That they've made more Xboxes than they ever have. But
as many. I won't say more. As
many, but they can't keep them on the shelves anywhere.
Yep. Nintendo's the same thing. Oh, I want to say this earlier. So this is a Nintendo podcast. We talk about Nintendo things here for the most part.
Not today.
Do you have any idea how much Nintendo is worth?
Yeah, they're worth about what Microsoft just paid for Activision Blizzard.
That's how big this is. If you like Nintendo, I know.
I know, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane how much. I mean, we keep kind of going on and on about this, but to really drive the point home here, that amount of money for something like this, like it's unheard of. It's crazy. It's absolutely. It's really hard to even sit here and talk about it and understand it. You know what I mean? Like, they spent a Nintendo on a game developer. Like, here's a Nintendo. Give us all that.
You mean like an NES?
No, just like the company. Just
the whole company.
Here's a Nintendo. Here's a Nintendo. Nintendo of America, Europe, Asia. Here it is. We'll take all this now. Thank you.
I can't fathom this. This is, what happens with the aftermath, where the games go, if they are all Xbox exclusives or not, Game Pass, what have you. That is less interesting to me. the industry and where it's going, that's what interests me about this accusation.
I think it's all very interesting. I think seeing what happened, especially with games like Call of Duty, I think that's going to be the one that's going to really set the tone for whatever happens in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is Microsoft going to play nice? Are they going to play nice? Are they going to say, okay, you can have it, but you're going to give us a ton of money for it? Like, you're going to give us like half of what you made off of it last year, or whatever. 20, like we're going to be making that, not you.
Yep.
Or are they just going to say, no, like you guys can have Warzone. Like you can have Warzone, the free, free to play multiplayer, we can have that, but no, you don't get the rest of Call of Duty. Sorry.
That would be crazy.
That is what will change everything. That is when people are going to start being like, all right, well then fuck you. Like we're going to go after these guys. We're going to go after these guys. And that is exactly what I was talking about earlier, when it becomes an arms race, when it's who can get the most third-party companies, because there won't be any left eventually. They're going to take them all. And then at some point here, as much as they stay out of it, Nintendo's going to have to get involved too. They can't stand back and watch this happen. They need these companies too.
We're still waiting for a Switch Pro, like church kids on Easter Sunday wearing our best garb with a bow tie. And here's Nintendo, or here's Microsoft dropping a literal nuclear bomb on the industry, saying we own most of it now. And you can't release a Switch Pro. You won't release slightly better performance. Yet here we are dropping $68 billion. It's silly. Release a Switch Pro tomorrow. Like it wouldn't even matter. If we had a Switch Pro tomorrow, it wouldn't even matter. Nintendo or Microsoft just bought Activision Blizzard for $68 billion. And we can't.
They bought it for a Nintendo.
They bought it for a Nintendo. They're like, we'll buy you Nintendo. We'll make it tomorrow.
They tried. Did you know that? It was a long time ago. They tried.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo.
Oh, I did know that. I did know that. It was long. It was like what, 2000, early 2000s.
It was before. It was before the Switch. I don't remember exactly when, but yeah, that did happen. And
I think before the Wii,
pretty much
before the Wii or during the Wii or something like that.
It might have been right. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. We'll figure that out. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. But yeah. They pretty much just laughed at him. Like you're out of your mind. We're definitely not doing that.
My brain is just spinning. Like I don't. There's so many franchises. Most of them I don't play. That's why I haven't really talked about too much about the franchises. I mean, Spyro and Crash. I very much know like those games.
I don't care about those either. I don't care about those. I don't care about Call of Duty. I don't play any of that stuff. But if I'm going to be getting Guitar Hero on Game Pass because of this, I mean, I'm pumped about that. I can get a guitar.
Cool.
I can get one of those guitars. Like that would be so much fun.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so much fun.
I think it's gonna wrap it up. Unless you got anything else to add.
No, I mean we pretty much beat this dead horse down into the ground. $68 billion. A Nintendo.
A Nintendo. Thank you guys for listening. After show starts right now for the patrons. See you guys next week.
Peace.